This is episode 6, I believe, of Worldwide Wrestling.
RPG, yes. And let me see. Okay, yes. First things first. Yeah, where were we? What does everyone remember from last time?
I remember being horribly defeated by Jimmy Wetston and had to sign a blood contract for 5 more shows, 5 more matches.
Exactly. And oops.
It didn't have to be a blood contract. You said you only sign every contract in blood.
Oh, yeah. So it's a blood contract. I made it that way, as is Cowell Brax's brand. Like, I'm not going to skimp out and just put squibs on the contract and have those explode and just be like, that's signed.
Alt click, not control click. Sorry, I was just futzing around. Yes. So the next 5 matches, I believe, Jimmy gets the book. Is that correct? If I recall correctly.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And Johnny Legend, what were you up to last time?
I believe I had a sort of like redemption match against Yakumo the Grim that I was booked to lose.
Mm-hmm.
But I was basically saying like, oh, I just don't want to look like a weakling, so I want to look tough. But if I lose, that's fine. And then, of course, being the honorable man I am, when I saw the chance, I took out my trusty American chair of justice and whapped Yakumo across the face, booking myself to win because I always win.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So, and then Kieran Kelly was like, "You cheat pretty well. I will let you fight me for the title shot." And I was like, "Cool."
Yep, from 0 to hero. And yeah, so exactly, like you were this close to being pushed aside, and you have now shoved your way into the title picture. So, yeah. So let's begin. I can't remember if I remember I had decided where I wanted this episode to be, but I can't remember. So, what do you guys think? Do you guys know any like Canadian locations that might be good?
The Fraser Inlet, which has been lowered under the Skull Moon.
The Fraser
Inlet. No, I got it. The McBarge out in the Fraser Inlet, like up north, like where the McDonald's. What? You don't know about the McBarge?
I don't know about the McBarge.
So World Expo '86.
This is Cowell Brax selling the Fraser thing to creative. He's like, guys, no, it's perfect. It's going to be a perfect venue.
It was a barge that McDonald's made for Expo '86. It was a 500th restaurant. After the Expo, it just fell out of use and just been floating around this area for decades now. So it's just become dilapidated, and it's only gotten renovations in like the last year or so.
Hell yeah.
A famous example of it is they used it as the backdrop for the boat in Blade 2.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what happened with it.
Oh.
Last year, it was purchased by a rich investor who wanted to hold wrestling shows and other promotions on the water. So coming to you from, I don't know, the Vancouver Harbor on board the McBarge for a sold-out show, which is fairly small. So the people in the audience here
could fit on the McBarge.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know how big of an audience can fit. but that's okay. It's a promotional event, so the crowd will be kind of small. But yeah, we're aboard the McBarge. Excellent. I love it. McDonald's has declined to sponsor the program, and we cannot legally call it the McBarge at any point during the show. If you do, it will be censored and cut from the TV when we So just keep that in mind.
Yeah. Its official name is Seaborn 2 or Friendship 500, depending if you're McDonald's or not.
All right, so everyone's starting momentum. We will set. If you just give me a moment. I think everyone starts with 1. Yeah. 1, 1, 1.
Sorry, it was in the Berard Inlet, not the Fraser Inlet. It did move though.
I was gonna say, presumably it has the ability to move.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
I will not. Can you imagine eating McDonald's on the water? Fun fact: it is listed as an actual residence on Google. So, and for some reason, a lot of people just wrote really good reviews for it. Great food, staffer friendly.
I guess so. All right, so yeah. So first things first. Johnny Legend does have a title shot with Kieran Kelly next week. So I think we'll start the episode with him. Someone shoves a microphone in your face, Andrew, and asks, "What are your thoughts? What are you expecting from Kieran Kelly next week when you challenge for the CWA Championship?"
Well, Kieran Kelly's no joke. He's definitely more of a fight than Yakimo was. But I don't think anybody in this whole Canadian roster is going to be able to put up against the power of the South and America. And then I put my arms in a power man pose and I kind of go to the right, just And then I
Excellent. I love it. Cut a promo.
Okay.
I
think I don't have it on my macro bar, but let's see here. Got a promo. 9. Ooh, what's 10? 10 is I can pick from the list.
You can pick 2 from the 7 to 9 list. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I can pick 1. I'll just stay with that. So I'll get +1 heat with Kieran Kelly.
Okay. Will do. I will pop that onto your.
Yeah. And I didn't want to mention it because I don't want to lose heat, but I feel dishonest doing it otherwise. I technically lose 1 heat with Tyler and Sean and Yakimo, right?
Not Giacomo because you interacted, but yes, you are correct. You would lose 1 heat with Tyler and Sean because you guys didn't interact last episode.
Okay, so it's just correct. If you interact, you don't have to wrestle necessarily, but
yeah, you don't have. It doesn't have to be a match. It just has to be an interaction, and it has to be one that the audience sees. Right. Okay. If you guys are just hanging, if you guys are just all backstage, well, the audience doesn't see that, right?
Right.
So it doesn't count.
Okay. So heat is just heat is the hype between.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. It's what the audience wants to see, right? So that's a good point, and I should change these guys to +1 as well because they didn't interact with you either. Roll20 is being a little prima donna here. Here we go.
You must destroy it.
All right, we got there. Okay. So it doesn't really matter because if you have no heat with someone, if they're not a player character, if you interact with them again, it restarts at 2, so it's not a big deal to lose heat with a non-player wrestler.
It restarts at 2 for NPCs?
Yeah, just because when basically it's just a way of saying it's fresh, right?
Okay.
It's a new interaction that the audience wasn't expecting. So there's a little bit of like, oh, it's interesting. These new people are interacting. Like there's they generally enter it too.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So Andrew has cut a promo on Kieran Kelly, and
Mm-hmm.
the crowd is getting hype for the match.
Hype.
Next, we can go over to Sean, maybe. Yeah, we'll go to Jimmy Weston. Tyler Cowell Brax is due to wrestle the first match of his contract tonight. Jimmy, what lays in store for Cowell Brax?
Well, I have a great opportunity. It's 2v1, me and my good friend Nardwal.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
I'm sorry, who?
Nardwar.
Oh
Bring
my
him
god,
out.
the human servient! I'm hyped.
He's gonna just smack you with facts.
Oh no.
He's gonna give me records from my youth.
Sorry.
Kratos was like, you can't bring Nardwar on the ring.
No! You gotta get him in the ring!
We're gonna fight Jimmy or Kyle Brax. Me, Nardwar, me, Jimmy Weston. We're gonna go toe to toe with Kyle Brax. Okay, that's terrible roll though.
I can't.
Then the man himself. The camera pulls back and it turns out the man himself is interviewing you, and he's like, "What?" Yeah, I'm not going in. I'm not. They're like, there's like Cowell like looming in the background. He's like, I'm not going in the ring with that psycho. Are you kidding me? You're on your own.
Nardwar will devour me.
And then Cowell Brax like kind of looms over Jimmy Weston. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea for Jimmy to start a match with someone who has a personal beef with him. So we'll see how that goes later on tonight.
Okay, I'm just gonna let my dog go. That's funny.
It's incredible. I did not see that coming.
Yeah.
You can't
I
put
don't think
people
I'll make
over
a.
for cutting a promo, right?
He did a celebrity promo, right?
Okay.
Instead of cutting a promo. So he rolled for it automatic. Like, I would have told him to roll celebrity promo instead.
Oh, okay, interesting.
But he just kind of did it because that's fine.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I was just thinking if there was a way I could like come in and like somehow save the day, but I don't know if that's really something you can do for promos.
You can always butt in. I won't stop you. It's my job to like make sure that everything that happens seems like it was planned.
It was planned.
Yeah, exactly. For instance, in this instance, I tried to make it seem as though, this was the plan all along. That he was gonna. They're like, oh, he's gonna wrestle, and he's like, what? No, I'm not.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I would never do that. That guy's a psycho. And then everyone gets a laugh,
Yeah.
kind of thing. That's the idea of as creative. You gotta, because like if he had succeeded, then he would be wrestling, and I would have to make that fit.
Right.
So, but it failed, so he's not, and I have to make that fit too.
Okay.
So I make it clear that I would never harm Nardwar in real life. I think he's a national treasure.
I mean, look, I have no strong feelings one way or the other.
I just know that Nardwar really knows how to weed out the good politician, depending on whether or not they do that little game he asks them to play. Anyone who has declined does not get a good term.
Damn.
You read into that what you will. I'm not making any declarative statements. I got these new blue light glasses. So I want to see like how bad my vision is.
Oh yeah.
And right now, I kind of look like Mark Maron.
Okay.
That's all I wanted to say.
All
Is
right.
Mark Maron?
He's a podcaster,
Oh, okay.
but he's got a very distinct sound in terms of how he asks questions.
So how's the whatchamacallit, Disco Elysium playthrough going?
Good.
I'm back.
Oh, okay. Okay, so if you guys don't have anything else that you want to do, let's go ahead and have Johnny Legend have a tune-up match. So
I do have like one thing, but I guess I could go either now or later.
okay.
I'm
I mean, if there's something you want to do, I mean, now's a good time. I'm just trying to fill space. So
okay. I want to look for someone to either wrestle Kyle Brax in my stead, or because there was a 2v1 scheduled to team up with me to fight Kyle Brax.
nice. Okay, yeah. So like yeah, you're frantically. So yeah, we'll do it. This will not be immediately after, but this will be like after another segment or two. So you're like running around backstage trying to find someone who will either like wrestle for you or wrestle with you or not. So yeah, I like it. Either wrestle with you or replace you.
Yeah, and so I might go and ask Yakumo, because I don't know if he's fighting anyone this time.
He is not.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
So yeah, so you go find him back. This is like a backstage segment, or do you want it to be on camera?
I think it'd be good if it was on the camera. I think.
Okay, all right, yeah, because Giacomo and Cal Brax have some history. So this is not a strange thing for you to go to him, right? But he's a little intimidating, obviously. So you see him, he's like sulking. He's like, and he's like, "What brings you to me, Jimmy Weston?"
And this is when I like put down the contract, and then like in scratchy letters, the word "Cal" is like written on it in like red, and it says, "Well, seems like my match partner has fallen through to fight Cal Brax. What say you in either joining me, or if you're tough, doing a 1v1 with Cal?"
He like narrows his eyes. He says, "I could take anyone in this company on one-on-one, but Cal Brax hasn't earned the right to face me."
Smack time.
So I'll sign your Well, I mean, it's on TV. So, yes. I mean, you're not in the room, probably. Unless you wanna like bust in for some reason. Yeah, that's always possible.
That'd be funny. I'd like to do that.
Okay. So yeah. So I mean, like I said, feel free. He hasn't earned the right to face me. But, and he thinks, I'll sign your contract. And after he tears you to pieces, Jimmy Weston, I will finish the job.
Oh, God.
And he grabs a pen and he goes to start signing it. And okay, he signs the match contract. And does the segment end, or is there going to be some rough stuff?
I put my hand on his shoulder and I smile, and steam comes out of my mouth.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the contract is struck. He like jumps back, and then like a bunch of like people in like the, like a bunch of people like jump between you guys, and they're like, like all of a sudden there's like 6 referees, like because they were clearly just standing outside of frame, but like, but like all of a sudden they're like all like pile in, like pulling you guys apart.
Hilariously,
All right.
in the background of like whether they're actually fighting, like a referee punches Jimmy.
Get out of here! All right. Yeah, let's go with yeah. I don't know if that this is like a move. Yeah, I mean, why not? Let's just have it be you cutting a promo, for lack of a better move. I want to give you a chance to roll some stuff. So
Me or Cacao?
I'll give it to you because this was your segment basically. So you didn't break kayfabe, so it's basically just a promo. 9. Yeah, sure.
Nice.
All right, gain 1 heat with Tyler.
Okay. Yep. You do. So Sean and Tyler gets +1 heat. Okay, good. And now we'll go to Johnny Legend's tune-up match. We will say that it was. Hold on, I need to draw another square.
More squares.
Yeah, exactly. See if I remember how to draw a unit square that snaps in Roll20. I'm willing to bet the answer is no. But we'll figure it out. Draw shape. Hold Shift to snap to grid. Okay. I think I was using small strokes. I was. Look at Nico. I'm the best. Okay. Back to the object layer.
Ultimate power.
I know, right? Look at me. I'm just okay. We'll just say this is Bullock Brass, our big meathead of choice.
Bullock Brass.
Yeah. So this is just a tune-up match for you, giving you a chance to like be seen in front of the audience for the next. You're basically gonna squash him. But anything can happen in the wrestling ring. So.
Indeed.
So your Bullock Brass enters first, obviously, because he's the less famous of the two of you. And in you come. So go ahead. Describe your entrance to the good folks.
Okay. Ghost Riders in the Sky begins playing. Word art, Texas, rolling countryside.
Yep.
And then me, shirtless and oiled with my cowboy hat. I stroll out with rope attached to my hip. I look menacingly. Am I getting booed or am I getting cheered?
I mean, it's a small crowd. So the noise might be they might pipe in some noise. You're definitely playing the heel in this match, so you're definitely getting some boos.
Okay. Sorry, and what's Bullock's gimmick again? He's just a big guy, or
yeah,
I know Brock was a butcher.
Yeah, Bullock Brass is like he's just like I don't know if I gave him a specific gimmick.
He's a nondescript large man.
Yeah, I mean non-player wrestlers don't really need to have gimmicks, you know.
Yeah,
he's just like a guy. Like his gimmick is kind of that like he's like a bull, right? So he's got like he likes doing like headbutts and
does he have like
full
a nose
body
ring?
presses, full body presses. Yeah, and he has a nose ring exactly. So he's that's kind of his gimmick.
Okay, I'm already getting an idea, so that's good.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll try it also when I'm describing his moves. I'll try and
so in that case, when I come out and I walk onto the ramp going down, I'm gonna take the rope off my hip. I'm gonna look at Bullock and I'm gonna crack it.
He just snarls at you. So.
gonna go, yeah! I'm gonna like walk towards the ring, jump over the top, and then this is so embarrassing. I can't remember. So wrestling matches, do they just start immediately when I get in the ring, or is it like there's some
No,
like, the
generally
ref comes in?
speaking, the referee has to like signal for the match to start. So
Okay.
generally speaking, the referee will signal for the match to start after both are in the ring, and once both acknowledge the referee that they're ready to start.
Yeah.
Now, what will often happen, one will just immediately attack the other. And often the referee will just, if that happens, the referee will just signal, okay, start the match, whatever. They're clearly already going at it.
Right.
But sometimes, like the referee has the power to like not start the match if both
Okay.
are not following the rules, right?
Yeah. I got you. Okay.
Like I said, generally speaking, they'll just start the match if you guys just want to get started, because like you're here to fight, right? So if you start fighting, they're like, well, that's why we're here. Let's go.
Okay. Okay, no, that makes sense. But I'm gonna jump over the top rope. I'm gonna kind of come as my intro's probably winding down, and then I'm gonna just stare down Brock, or Bullock rather. I'm gonna be staring him down, just like menacingly glaring at him for probably like 10 seconds, 10 to 15 seconds. And they're gonna turn to the crowd and kind of like get on one of the mid ropes and just lap up their booze.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna take my rope and chuck it into the audience. And then that's when I'm gonna like bounce off the ropes and just like throw myself at Bullock.
All right, and the ref decides that's good enough. Ring the bell. All right, so you start with momentum, or you start with the narrative flow,
control.
Andrew. Yes,
Okay.
narrative control. That's the word I use in this game.
So I'm running at Bullock, and I'm just gonna give him a simple clothesline as I'm coming by. Just give him like a right to the neck.
Yes, yeah. You lay in a nice solid clothesline. He goes down, lands on his back, as you run past.
And then I'm gonna bounce off one of the ropes, come back, and then I'm gonna pick him up, and like I'm trying to think if this is too much. This is like Hulk Hogan. I guess depending how big he is relative to me, I'm gonna pick him up and like spin him above my head, and then like throw him down.
Sure, yeah, no, that's a big move. He's gonna attempt to like, you guys are some big guys, but you guys are both like, we don't want to do like this classic big guy wrestling, so we're gonna show some agility. He attempts to like, so you go to like flip him over your head, and he like tucks and like flips over so that he can try to land on his feet.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. And then I'll pass it back to you, and you can finish the move.
Yeah, as soon as he does that, he's gonna get on his feet. He's gonna be behind me, and I'm just gonna grab his head and then drop and have his chin hit my shoulder.
Right, and yeah. So a stunner, basically.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, so exactly. So you calculated that he'd be able to get out of it, and as he's coming down, you grab him and pull him down into a stunner.
Yep.
Excellent. So go ahead and make the wrestling move. Just be a normal move, I think, just with work.
Okay. Wrestling. Here we go. Work. Let's go. 8. I'm going to gain 1 momentum and give up control.
All right. So you gain 1 momentum. You're up to 2. And so Bullock is going to he's kind of like dazed from the stunner. So he retreats to the corner. And you turn and go to walk towards him, but it turns out he was playing possum, and he like just charges at you and gives you like a solid headbutt, like right in your sternum, knocks you down to the ground. And he like keeps charging right past you as though you weren't even there. And then he turns as he's about to hit the opposite corner and like slams his back into the corner, like to get himself, hyped, get the blood pumping, and then he charges back towards you as you get back to your feet.
Okay, nice. So, and sorry, can I butt in as well?
Yeah. Like I said, I kind of like A, B, C, right? I say I do a thing, you say you respond, and then he finishes the move.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, that's
So-
kind of how we'll do it.
Okay. So as he's charging at me, I'm going to be getting up, but I'm not going to fully stand up. I'm going to actually like roll back, and then so it looks like I'm going to stand, but as I'm about to stand, I fall back down, roll back, and then I kick him with my feet to like launch him over me.
Yeah, yes. You do a rollback, and he,
Yeah.
like I said, you guys are doing some more acrobatic wrestling,
Yeah.
and yeah, no, the crowd is digging it. They're like, they're hype. They're like, this is cool. And yeah, he rolls out, so he, instead of like it's meant to like flip him over and land him on his back, but he like gets his hands down and manages to like turn it into a somersault, and like he like slides into the corner, and you're just flat on your back, so he just like jumps out of the corner and does a big elbow drop like right on
Sick.
your exposed sternum, knocking the wind out of you.
Excellent.
But he lands like face first on the mat to do it, and so you are both left lying in the ring, gasping for breath. So after that sequence of moves, you will regain control of the match.
It's awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna be like rolling around in pain, and we're both gonna be kind of flailing helplessly.
Mhm.
I'm gonna like crawl slowly to the ropes, just like grab the bottom rope, grab the mid rope. I'm gonna kind of like be getting to my feet, and then Brock's actually gonna come, or sorry, Bullock's gonna come behind me, and he's gonna start like feeding me shots as I'm trying to like stand up.
Mhm.
So he just like grabs my hair, pulls me up slowly. He's like feeding me shots as I get up. So like 1, 2, 3, and then as he goes for the fourth, I kind of just like stop him, and then start chopping him back. 1, 2, 3, and then after the chops with the right going back, I come around hard with the left, and I knock him straight on his ass with a
Nice.
punch, quote unquote, to the face.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so that's hold on, where are you here? Here you are, Johnny Legend. Yeah, so he's I think we'll just say like you guys just are trading blows here. And so I will go with either you can just do wrestling move with plus body, or you could do work stiff if you're like
Actually
if you're
punchable?
really like laying him in there.
No, I'm not. I got nothing against Bullock.
Well, I mean, you don't have to be like against someone to work stiff, right? Sometimes it's just like you just really want it to look good, so you're really laying him in there. It happens.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, no, it's just plus body on the wrestling move. That's totally fine.
Let's go with body. 10.
10.
Plus momentum.
Yeah, crowd pops. You nailed it. Retain control and gain +1 momentum.
Excellent.
And I'm gonna just go ahead and reveal. I kind of revealed that before the match even started, but this is a squash match. This is a tune-up for you. You're booked to win big time.
Okay.
Obviously they're not gonna like Bullock's gonna get some offense in. He's a roster guy. Like he's not some local jobber that's brought in to eat a pin immediately. So he gets some offense in, but this is a tune-up match for you. He doesn't have a big story going on right now, so he's happy to, take the 1, 2, 3 for you to put heat on the big match. So yeah.
Okay. Wow. Good job, Bullock. I'm starting to appreciate the art here of wrestling.
Yeah, well, that's what it is, right? Like he's got nothing going on right now. He's a legit opponent, so beating him will make you look good, right?
Right.
Like if you beat some jobber, like okay, that's good for you, but like everyone expects you to beat him, right?
Yeah.
Like this guy's like he's not like as high of a star as you are right now, but he's a legit guy. People would recognize him. He's got fans. He sells like some amount of T-shirts.
Okay, sick.
So
okay,
yeah. Head towards the finish at some point.
Yeah. So as he's like getting hit by me, I'm gonna kind of take his arms, spin around, and throw him towards the ropes.
Yep.
He's gonna run at the ropes and then bounce back. As he's coming back, I kick him square in the chest.
He eats shit, lies down on his back. But Sorry, go ahead. Keep going.
No, for sure. So I mean, yeah, if he's gonna if he's gonna literally just eat shit, then I'll probably like pick him up, give him one more punch, 2 more punches, and then I'm gonna like throw him on his front.
Yep.
So he's actually like face down, and his arms and legs are splayed. And then I'm gonna do my, I can't remember what we decided to call it, but it's like the hog tie.
The hog tie, yeah.
Yeah. So grabbing his legs and his arms and pulling them together. I don't have rope, but because I threw it into the crowd, but I'll just kind of hold the pin for.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like I said, it's a submission hold, right? Because he's on his belly. So it's basically you're just like tearing at the ligaments in his shoulders and in his knees. Yeah, I think way back when I had like a similar kind of move that some luchadors did, which is basically very similar. You like hook their feet around your knees and then pull up on their shoulders, and you just wait for them to tap out. And Bullock roars, and he's clearly fighting and struggling. But slowly, you just see the fight go out of him, and with again like a loud roar, he taps. So go ahead and roll your finish.
Finishing move. 8. Yeah, I'm going to spend 2 momentum to put that to 10.
All right. That's what it's there for. So you gain +1 audience. You are now at +3 audience.
Excellent.
And yeah, the crowd actually they're not actually really booing you too much. Bullock's also a heel, so they didn't really mind seeing him lose. So you're not exactly a like I said, you're a heel too, but in this case they're like, oh, the better man won, so
okay,
they're giving you some cheers.
Yay!
So, yeah, exactly.
My secret want, the adulation of the crowd.
Yeah, well, like I said, it's hard to be adored by the crowd when you're a heel, because they generally hate you. But like I said, it can go both ways. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So with that, we'll move on to the next match, which is a handicap match officially between Jimmy Weston and. With the team of Jimmy Weston and Giacomo the Grim taking on Cowell Brax.
Glad Nardwuar is safe.
Yeah, Nardwuar is safe. He's actually going to be the guest announcer for this match.
Please do his voice. Please do his voice. I swear.
I will not. That is not my responsibility.
Andrew, do his voice. Do his
Nardwuar? Can I do Nardwuar?
Yeah, you can.
Did you know in 1986?
No what?
This boat was built, probably.
Yeah.
Actually, yes.
Nardwuar's gonna come out from the announcer booth with like a record and be like, "Did you produce this?" And you're like, "Oh my god, yes!" As you're getting tapped out.
Anyway, Cowell, Giacomo the Grim is like the bigger star in this. So Cowell, Jimmy Weston, you guys are coming out first. Or sorry, Cowell Brax is gonna come out first. Yeah, sorry, I was like, oh, Cowell Brax and Jimmy Weston. Neither of them are as big as Giacomo the Grim, but then I remember that Giacomo is on is on Jimmy Weston's side for this match.
Yeah.
Tyler, you enter first.
I'm entering first.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm still drinking my coffee.
Oh, it's okay.
Looks like Cowell is drinking coffee on his way into the ring.
I want to crash right into the ring from a giant novelty like bone pterodactyl.
Yeah, exactly. There's been a bone obelisk set up to the side of the wrestling ring for a while, and everyone was kind of like wondering what was happening with that. And it is, definitely when the lights were low a minute ago, and at that point, definitely Cowell Brax didn't just walk in there and wait for the lights to come back up so he could burst out. No. He's probably been there all night. That's the announcers try and sell anyway, and it totally works. As he like comes bursting out and bones fly everywhere. The crowd goes nuts. They love the bones.
What boys love them bones?
They love dem bones, dem dry bones. Yeah. Okay. The bone obelisk has been shattered, and Cowlbrax has entered the ring, followed by Giacomo the Grim. So Giacomo's music plays. And Jimmy, you're sharing the stage with him. So how does that work? How do you guys enter?
All right, I enter first because like I'm not like the greatest like during the intro, and I'm like I'm dressed like in black. I'm wearing like a suit. I'm not dressed like a Chippendale person with like a tie on like I normally am. So I'm in a suit and I'm holding up the contract for everyone to see for this match. And like, by the time I get to the stage or whatever, as I'm climbing in, the lights dim, and then like Cowlbrax has this big entrance. It's like the music swells or whatever.
All right, yes. So Giacomo the Grim enters the match. And he goes to stand at ringside. And normally for like a match, like there's a handicap match, that he'll be up on the ring, but he just kind of pulls a folding chair out and sits down behind your corner. He seems to be keeping his word. He will not interfere in this match until absolutely necessary.
That's kind of hilarious.
So, Cowlbrax and Jimmy Weston are in the ring, and the match is ready to begin. So take it away, guys.
I just want to say, the bell rings, the contract bursts into flames in my hands, and I'm visibly confused.
Yeah, given the storytelling of the match, I think it's fair to give Tyler narrative control at the start, so that's what we'll do.
All right, I'm gonna forego all niceties, and I'm just gonna go and try and hit both of your heads together.
I'm on the match. The other guy's like,
yeah. So this is a handicap match, but the stipulation is basically that not both Giacomo and Jimmy are allowed to be in the ring at the same time. Only one of them is allowed to be there at once. But there's two of them and one of you. So yeah.
And he's like sitting in a chair instead of like being at ringside. He's like
exactly. So if Sean like tries to go for the hot tag, like there's nobody there.
No.
He's basically like, I'm gonna wait until Jimmy gets like torn to pieces, and then I will enter.
Sorry, I must have missed at the start. How many gimmicks can in this match with light shows and stuff?
Oh, I mean, I don't really care. You can do whatever you like, but just keep in mind, like, this isn't like an infinite budget promotion. They can't really be doing too much special effects.
How many explosives can we fit on the boat?
Yeah. Also, like, this is a boat, we gotta be wary of the local, like the fire marshal's in attendance. If we get in too much trouble, we're getting this whole thing shut down. So
now I want to purposely sink the boat. That's all defeat both of you.
Look, I'm not saying you can't sink the boat. All I'm saying is that if you sink the boat, it'll be really hard for me to not figure out how you are not going to get fired. Like,
fair enough.
Like, I feel like if I were like hosting an event on a boat and like during the course of that event, one of my employees sank the boat, I feel like I would have to fire that employee. I feel like there's no way I could not do that.
Fair enough.
So I don't really want to get you fired, Tyler, is the long and the short of it.
Okay.
But, we could like, pretend like it sank, if that at the end of the match or something, if that's something you want to do, we could maybe swing that. That might be fun.
That could be a fun gimmick, but
it's a lifeboat match.
Exactly. That's the same thing. You could set them off on a lifeboat.
You gotta pay exclusive for the streaming rights so you can watch three men duke it out on a like 10-foot by 10-foot raft like, in the middle of the harbor. There's no audience. It's just drones.
It's just drones. Yeah. So I just to recap how I was holding up your contract, and at the start of the bell, bing, the contract like burst into flames, a la I don't know Calbrax's magic.
Ooh.
And I was visibly confused. So what do you do with that opportunity?
Like I put on my captain's hat that I have tucked away, and I flick the brim of it, and it also goes up in flames. And
you're
and
wearing a flaming hat. Interesting.
I'm wearing a flaming hat, and underneath it's like a little rib cage and like little little bones. That's still,
Okay.
still a little sailor's hat. And that's when I hope that if the union contract off screen was already signed, like the three bony sailors come up from underneath the ring.
What?
I'm the captain now.
Okay.
Oh my god, this is why I didn't want to fight Calbrax.
He
Back
has
in 1968, he was the leader of a skeleton ring, and he's brought them here to fight for him in the arena.
Yeah, exactly. He has impressed some skeletal sailors. So yeah, they're clearly just wearing morph suits with skeletons painted on them, but that's okay. It's kind of dark, so it works. Yeah, so
Lost souls of the damned from the
I
sea.
think this qualifies as working the audience.
I'm gonna work
More than anything else, this is like clearly just a big like this is clearly like attention getting, right? You're trying to
Where's the work? There we go. No.
All right.
It's lame.
Yeah, it turns out that like the skeletons didn't look that great in the lights. They look a little weird. So you'll gain +1 momentum. So we'll give that to you right now.
Oh, thank you.
2 momentum, and creative may make a hard move. Yeah, I am gonna add a. I'm gonna pull a hard move, and it's gonna be resonant with what happened here. Unfortunately, the CWA is getting a bit of a reputation for cheaping out on practical effects. Cowell's got like a lot of big ambitious stuff that he wants to do with his character, and because you're popular on the indie circuit, and they want to try and capture some of that magic. They're willing to acquiesce to your requests, but they're not willing to spend the money it takes to really make it look good. So as of now, the CWA has a reputation for being cheap.
No,
and not having
sorry.
Awesome.
It's not really your fault, but let me just make sure that there's a. Well, I mean, it isn't your fault as a player. Like, don't worry. This is fine. This is just what happens when you play the game. But why can't I find it? Wrestling. Advancement during a season. Living promotions. Here it is. Supports and struggles. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll just go with cheap, and we'll just go with that.
And we're gonna start having like the production commercial. Like, I'm gonna start looking like the Grimace more and more, just covered in felt.
Unwilling to spend the money to make the practical and visual effects look great.
I'd like to thank the the actors from the Emily Carr University for
Okay, sorry, I just needed to add that to make sure we added it to the CWA's struggles. One of the struggles is that the owners are not willing to spend money. Okay, so you gained 1 momentum, and so you're still in charge of the match. But Giacomo has noticed that what was once a handicap match in his favor is now turned into a handicap match against his favor. So he is going to start grabbing and start fighting with the skeletons at the side of the ring. So you are you can still one of them is still going to help you, Tyler, against Jimmy Weston, but unfortunately the other two are being tied up with Giacomo, and there's some ringside activity.
Ooh, chaos! I like it.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit of chaos. So yes, but you have control of the match. So go ahead whenever you're ready.
Jimmy, are you sitting down? Are you ready? Are you standing and facing me?
Yeah, I'm fighting. I'm at the ready.
I'm as the chaos is ensuing around us, I'm going to walk slowly over towards you. And if the prop team did their job correctly, each footstep I take is searing the floor just a little bit.
Yeah, they put some squibs under your shoes.
Perfect.
Yeah, tiny little basically firecracker type things, so that when he puts pressure down on them, they pop, and a little gout of sparks and little poof of flame. Look scary. Obviously, you do it right at the beginning of the match because you can only hide so many on your person.
As I get closer to you, Jimmy, I get close enough, I'm going to put my thumb in your mouth like a ball.
Wait, what?
You said
you
what?
out.
What did you say you were gonna do?
You said
for a second.
I heard you put your thumb in my mouth.
Like a ball or something.
And then I'll throw you like a bowling ball.
Oh, okay.
Okay, no, you're just doing a fish hook. Yeah, that's nasty. That's some heel stuff right there.
Is he a heel,
so you just grab him into a fish hook and just yank him down to the ground.
Yeah, I'm just trying.
It's illegal in some promotions, but we're at sea, so the normal rules of wrestling don't apply.
Oh,
you fool!
We're in semi-international waters.
we're not in international waters, but we are at sea, and so the law of the sea prevails.
We're in cosmopolitan waters.
We're not in the international waters, but we're billed as such.
All right. So Jimmy, you're basically being grappled, for lack of a better word. It's just fish hook grapple, and you've been hurled to the ground. What do you do about this?
I'm gonna try to trip him.
Right, so you go to sweep his legs while you're down on the ground, and Cowl, you finish off the move.
I'm gonna finish. So you're gonna try and trip me, and I finish off the move.
Yeah. So basically, like I said, in the ring, the basic way to describe a move in the ring, if it's a wrestling move, is if it has to do with the wrestling, is you say that you do a thing. So in this instance, you grabbed him with the fish hook and threw him to the ground. And then he responded to that. And he said, okay, now that I'm on the ground, I'm going to try and trip you up. But you're in control, so you decide how the sequence finishes, right? So you say, oh, he goes to trip me up, but I do a back handspring and come away unscathed. Or I just I intercept his trip attempt and just stomp on his gut, or something like that,
I'm hoping that you are delirious enough that you don't see where I go, Jimmy. So as you're trying to stand up, I am just going to hurl my whole body at you after I push myself up against the edge of the ring on the.
Yep, sure. Called? So you dodge out of the way of his trip attempt, bounce off the ropes, and hurl yourself in a full body press. Just slam down on him. Sounds good. So go ahead and make the wrestling move. We'll just go with you can just add your work because it's just straight up wrestling. The fish hook's a little nasty, so if you wanted to, I could say you could go with you could roll plus. You could work stiff if you wanted to, because that's a pretty nasty move.
I'm working stiff.
All right, yeah,
Oh no.
you meet it. This stip really isn't something that your player is into, apparently.
No.
You fucked up. So you as you lay down, as you jump across to hit him, you hear a sickening crunch.
I hear a crunch.
Yep. Well, you get injured. So
Again,
I was gonna say,
yeah.
Or Tyler, do you want to spend momentum here to potentially push yourself to something less brutal?
That's true. You could spend 2 momentum and
I'm an idiot. I kept thinking it was audience I have to spend, not momentum. Yeah, I'm gonna spend momentum to get that 7. It's been a while. Oof.
So you get it up. You spend your 2 momentum and get it up to a 7. Yep. Okay. So you are not injured. Instead, it hurts. You pick one. You can injure your opponents. The match is booked to end in a no contest, or your opponent loses one audience and you gain, or your opponent loses an audience because they look weak, or you gain an audience because you look strong.
I'm gonna gain an audience because I'd rather pick myself up than put others down. Except
All right, yeah. So so Jimmy is clearly in pain, and it's legit, and everyone can see it. So you look pretty tough. All right. You retain control. It doesn't say otherwise. So.
No.
Yep. So keep on going, Tyler. You're currently laying atop Jimmy Weston. Maybe there was a false finish or a quick pinfall. He kicks out at 1.5 probably. It's still early in the match. He's not going to get pinned so quick, even though he's not a big tough wrestler. He's strong enough.
I'm just gonna pick up Jimmy and hold him like a big old 10-foot sub right above my head.
Sure.
And then I'm just gonna walk to the edge of the ring and then throw him at Johnny, because I think Jimmy wants to tap out. Ooh.
Sorry, Johnny's not at ringside. I don't
Where
think.
was Jimmy? Shit.
Sorry, no, Johnny.
Did you mean Yakima?
Do you mean Giacomo?
I thought you're on the edge of the match. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. I was just doing random announcing this being somewhat Nardwar, but I'm not actually there.
No, yeah.
Sorry, my bad. I'm gonna throw him at Giacomo, and then I'm gonna stand on the edge of the ring and just scream at them. As I hope they're in a pile now.
Yeah. So okay. So this is clearly a planned spot, right? You pick up Jimmy Weston and literally just hurl him over the ropes. At Giacomo, who's currently there. He's pretending to fight the two of the skeleton guys, but actually they're getting in position so that they can catch Jimmy as he goes over the ropes, and crashes into them, and they all lie in a big heap on the floor.
Ah!
Yeah, exactly.
That's my war yell as I stand on the ropes.
All right, Sean. You're laying in a pile of bodies at the side of the ring. How do you get back in this baby?
Can I tag?
I was gonna say, actually, if you'd permit me, Giacomo, you actually can't legally tag someone unless you're in the ring. You have to be in the ring to tag out.
Oh, okay.
If you exit the ring, you can't tag your partner.
Oh, okay.
At least not most of the time. And in this, for the sake of this match, I'll say that no. Giacomo kind of grabs you. He's the first one up out of the pile, and he grabs you and just he says, "Get back in there!" And he throws you back into the ring, and you roll under the bottom rope into Cowell's waiting arms.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you wanted to do something, if you wanted to add something, that's fine. But that's just the idea I had.
No, that's great. Yeah.
Okay, so Cowell, your punching bag has re-entered the ring.
Oh my!
He's been hurled bodily back into the ring by Giacomo, who is now proceeding to dismantle the skeletons at the side of the ring. He's clearly like he's tough. This is partially clearly to make him look strong, despite not actually being a big participant in the match. But anyway, go ahead, Calbrax.
Can I hand over narrative control to Jimmy?
You may.
I'm going to do that.
Okay, so in order to do that, I'll explain. Yeah, so in order to do that, you make the move that you're making a move called the comeback. So you just voluntarily hand off narration to your opponent, and you have the upper hand. You have no momentum, so yeah, this is the perfect time to do it. You gain +1 momentum.
Okay.
Excellent.
Yep. So exactly. You're clearly So you're instead of like pouncing on the opportunity to kick Jimmy while he's down, you're kind of just mugging for the crowd and strutting around, and let him back into the match. And Jimmy, how do you take advantage of Calbrax's confidence?
I'm going to grab that skeleton that was in the ring, kind of on the edges of this whole time, and kind of whip the skeleton into Calbrax, like while his back is turned.
Yep. All right, Cal, you have someone has bodily been hurled into you. How do you respond?
I want to look like a cool guy, and as he bodies me, I want to spin in a way that I'm still standing and looking right at Jimmy.
Yep. Okay. You pirouette out of the way, dodging. Well, yeah, I mean, just to say, like you dodge the skeleton that has been hurled at you. He goes flying through the ropes on the far side of the ring, and
I see you, Jimmy.
And then, like as you know, as you pirouette, and I'm gonna come running and then do like a double drop kick to your chest.
Oh my god!
There you go. So go ahead. That's the wrestling move. And I think we'll just roll plus work because that's nothing else springs to mind.
That is sick. I love it.
Yeah, the double drop kick. It's a classic.
Ooh.
All right, your choice.
I'm going to retain control, I think.
All right, you are still in control. So you've kicked Calbrax, and presumably he falls down or falls against the ropes, one of the two. I would if I got kicked in the chest.
All right, and I'm going to, while he's like on the ground, I'm gonna go up onto the ropes and try to do like a flying body splash as he stands up.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. So yeah, you knocked him down, so you take the opportunity and do some high flying acrobatics. Cowl, what happens?
When you say high flying acrobatics, what exactly do?
I get up on the topmost rope, and then as you're standing up and as you go to turn to me, I jump kind of like sideways and do like a body slam splash at you.
Just a full body press from the top rope, basically. Just the bread and butter fundamentals.
I'm belly flopping at your direction.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to hold you in my arms and then try and crush you.
Yeah. Okay. So you land it, and then he grips you and pulls you into a bear hug, and he's trying to squeeze the air out of your lungs, Jimmy. So now you have gone from the hunter to the hunted. How do you escape this submission hold?
I'm going to do a double fist, kind of like William Shatner double fist style to the head as I'm getting squeezed.
Oh my god! With both hands clasped together.
Yeah, as you're squeezing me around my chest or whatever, and I'm going slower like I'm hitting you slowly and slower, but like we're slowly like sinking to your knees as I'm like repeatedly hitting you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're just doing the double axe handle chops, trying to break the hold.
Yeah, and we're like we're both getting like beaten up essentially.
All right. Sure. Yeah. This. I mean, kind of sounds like that's a plus body wrestling move. You guys are just kind of beating the shit out of each other. So let's go with that.
Oh no.
That's okay. I mean, like I said. Yeah. It's a botch. All right, Cowl. You. I'm not gonna make a hard move, I don't think here. But yeah, so this is meant kind of like Sean is supposed to like bludgeon you and make you break your grip, but the blows just aren't landing right. So it just doesn't look right. So what are you gonna do? How are you gonna salvage the situation?
Like the crowd's not wooing every time I hit.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
to help you, Jimmy. Or
Just to
make
like make the match more exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, people are interested in this spot. So the plan you have to improvise on the spot and figure out something else.
What is the? Okay, I'm trying. The name is escaping me. My mind is scattered.
It's okay if you just describe kind of what you want to do. I can usually put words to most of the moves. I've been watching a lot of wrestling recently to try and make sure I can get the
Every
lingo
time I'm at
correct.
the gym and I see wrestling come on, I just think about this game.
I've been trying to make sure I'm up to date on all the wrestling lingo so that I can describe what you guys are doing in a way that's actually evocative.
This reminds me, Andrew. I think SmackDown might be coming to Winnipeg.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You should
Maybe I'll go and get inspiration.
All right.
Anyway, you were saying, Tyler.
I'm still holding you, Jimmy. Right? Like
Yeah, and I'm like, there's like I think we both know that like the crowd's not like wooing and like getting pumped up for every hit and like I don't know. So like, what do you?
Yeah, it's something. Yeah, the crowd's fading fast. There's something
So like,
not quite right.
I don't know what's. I'm not doing anything. What is your idea?
As I'm going to do that the back arch so that I lean back and I slam your head on the floor over me, and then
Okay.
right after that
that's what you want to call a German suplex.
Yeah, it's a suplex.
A German suplex specifically when you throw him over your own shoulders. And yeah. Yep.
And then I'm going to do a sick flip. And
yep.
I'm gonna do a new trademark pose as I land.
Okay. All right. You have been suplexed, Jimmy. You're lying on your back. And Cowl is posing.
I'm gonna
sorry, hold on. If he's just gonna break the grip, which will be described as countering you. And he's just gonna mug instead of keep wrestling. So I'm just gonna say that Tyler's making a work the audience move basically here.
Work the audience.
Although come to think of it, you botched this earlier, so you technically can't do that.
Okay.
So you do it. It's just you don't get to make a move. But you still have control of the match. So when you're done mugging, you can make more moves.
Okay. I'm assuming, Jimmy, you're still on the floor.
If you're like mugging, I think I'm gonna be like writhing in pain, and I'll be like getting up slowly, probably when you're done.
Okay. I'm trying to think. At this point, I actually feel bad as you are writhing in pain, Jimmy. Who this incredible champion who has got me into this blood contract. Seeing him like this depresses me. So I'm going to prop you up, and you are going to stand, and we are going to fight mano a mano.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, this is break kayfabe. I think you guys are supposed to hate each other, but it turns out you guys are actually kind of backstage. You guys are kind of friends, and Cal wants this match to go well. So yeah, I'd say this is breaking kayfabe. So go ahead and make the break kayfabe move.
Oh my! I am just terrible today.
It's a botch.
It's just
Oh man.
okay. Wait.
Okay,
So
no.
breaking kayfabe. Yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
So you expose the legit truth in camera, knowing it could cause trouble. So this is Cal Brax trying to show actual sympathy.
Yes, it's exactly. This is the way I interpreted this is Tyler's as like Cal Brax, like he's like, this match isn't going well, and he wants it to go well, so he's not capitalizing on an opportunity, right? He's showing like his legit respect for Sean's character rather than play the part of his character.
Yeah.
Which would be to be ruthless and to like turn him into bones or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Nardwar chimes in, and he's like, "Oh my God, just like Cal Brax. Did you know in 1991 that he did everything he could for his little old friend, just like Jimmy Weston? This is so like Cal. You never see the side of him, but he's actually the sweetest guy. Also terrifying though, which is why I'm not in the ring right now. But oh my God, this is so like Cal, and I'm gonna try and make it seem like it's more normal and natural rather than like a total breaky character."
Yep, you got it.
So yeah.
All right, Tyler. He's put you over. He's made this seem less weird than it actually was, and it goes over. Yeah, it was kind of weird. It didn't make a lot of sense in the storytelling of the match, but he covered it okay. Commentary's got your back, so they covered it up all right. But one of these bad things does happen, although you also gain a momentum. So go ahead and pick one from the 7 to 9 list.
For break kayfabe?
Yes.
Uh,
A dangerous move. That's also a high reward move, like gain an audience.
Yeah, I mean, just straight up gain an audience is
a
quite
list
good.
of penalties.
Yeah, well, you gotta pay the toll to rock and roll.
I dig it.
I like the lose the faith of somebody who's investing stage. I want to know where that is creatively and story wise, so I want to choose that one.
Okay, I will. That will not have immediate effects this episode, but I will make a note of it, and next time I will definitely make sure that. I'm actually gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna write that down and make sure that I have that as a thing. So hold on a second.
Wrestling isn't about wrestling; it's about feeling. It's about friendship. It's about garish.
I'm thinking next episode will probably be like the quote unquote season finale, since we're having a title match. So this is also going to be a very significant happening for your character, Tyler. So I think that's also going to be good.
I also want to point out that when I lifted you, I was beat up with fists because I did not like seeing you writhe on the ground to continue the match. Much like Revolver and Snake at the end of MGS4.
All right. Well, there we go.
That's the visual I'm going for.
Okay. So after all that,
you retain control?
Tyler, yeah, I mean, like I said, you still have control until you give it up or until Sean takes it. So yeah, you still are in control narratively of the match. So it makes sense. You stood him up, right? So obviously you're in control. He didn't stand up under his own power. You pulled him to his feet. So
I'm gonna punch you in the clavicle.
Yeah.
I'm just wailing my fists on you. That's how ruthless I am.
All right, Jimmy, how do you respond to this assault on your collarbone?
I'm just attacking you now.
I'm going to, I guess, box him and try to like dodge and fight him back.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you guys are just trading some blows, trading some punches. And Tyler, how does this? So you guys are just trade some blows. The crowd is getting back into it now. They're doing the woos. Yeah, normally those are for chops, but striking is like I said, they tend to not do too much striking, because if you do it too much, the refs can get a little wary. Like, this is wrestling, not boxing,
That is true.
But they'll let a little bit go. It's kind of like in hockey. They'll let you kind of do a little bit of a hook, or a little bit of a a little bit of a slash, a little bit of a cross check, but you can't overdo it.
Oh yeah.
If you do, then they'll warn you. So, but then again, we are in international waters. Wink, wink. So maybe it's fine.
That is true. I want to punctuate this just by grabbing both sides of your head, Jimmy, and then just headbutting you as hard as I can.
All right. So this seems like you are. Yeah, this is just straight ahead wrestling, nothing fancy. So go ahead and roll the wrestling move plus work. Unless you're really going for body, I mean, you could roll plus body if you want to describe it that way. But I think that this is.
Oh man, I'm just not doing. Today's not my day.
It's a botch, all right.
Nice. I got momentum still if you want to spend it, but
that's true. You could spend momentum on this.
That's true. I'm gonna spend one actually to. No,
well, you'd have to spend
you'd have to spend 2, but you'd potentially get 1 back, so it'd only be net of 1.
Yeah, it would only cost you 1 net if that's what you wanted to do.
Well, I'm gonna spend 2, and then I'm gonna gain 1 momentum, give up.
Okay. All right. Yep. So Jimmy, you are getting beat to hell, but now you have control of the match.
All right. So we're gonna go and like lock in that classic wrestling like lock where we're kind of low.
Yeah, you guys just lock up. Yep.
And I think it's like I am obviously like weaker than Cal Brax because he's more physically imposing. But I'm going to actually smack him in the face for real.
Ooh. All right.
Work is stiff.
Feeling the pain.
OSHA violation.
He's he's getting frustrated with how the match is going. Work real stiff. Hit it. Make it happen.
My real value +2.
Yeah. You guys are all fake tough. Jimmy Weston is actually shoot tough.
Yeah.
he just pretends not to be on TV.
I'm a gain audience.
Yeah, they like seeing the fight out of you. Yeah, the audience is into it.
Tiger within.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, hell yeah. They're like, woo.
Woo! He's just like, you see that? His face is red.
Yeah, they're watching you guys beat each other up, and they're loving it. So go ahead and keep on going, Jimmy.
All right. So I think I'm going to, after hitting his head, I'm going hitting him. I'm gonna grab his arm and try to like throw him over my shoulder, while turning like a judo throw, sort of.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. Just an arm drag. Nothing fancy. Yep. Like I said, you're right. It is a judo throw, but they'll call it an arm drag usually.
Okay. I'll do some arm dragging cowl.
They look great and they're really easy, so they're a mainstay. I mean, easy. I mean, none of this is really easy. Obviously, it's quite athletically and physically quite difficult. But in terms of execution, it's not the hardest. It's one of the easiest ones in the toolbox. So it's pretty standard stuff, and it looks good. So
I'm throwing you over my shoulder. Brax, what do you do?
I'm getting thrown over your shoulder.
Yeah, like what do you do? Because that's how the moves, the wrestling moves work. Because I do something, you do something, and then I do a bigger thing.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to clarify what was happening. I am going to try and spin out of it while I'm in midair.
Okay, yeah. So he spins. Yeah, exactly. He spins over and lands on his feet. But Sean, you still have control. So how do you finish the sequence?
By trying a jumping arm bar.
Oh my god.
Okay. Describe to me what you mean by jumping armbar.
I'm gonna jump at him with my feet, grab his arm between my legs, and try to armbar him while he's standing.
Okay, yeah. So you're like, okay. So this is like a like some kind of weird crucifix hold, I guess.
It's I know exactly what Sean's doing because that is
That is what you cut out, Tyler.
that is what you're doing is illegal in the Manitoba Constitution.
Okay, yeah.
Like arm bars are illegal. You just cannot fucking jump at them because too many times people like kick somebody in the face and they get injured right on the mat. But
Yeah,
that's fucking cool. I like it.
Yeah, but like obviously you're catching me or what have you. Like this is all we've gotten back on with that punching and stuff. I think we're back on to like where we were supposed to be.
We are, and we're on international waters. Expect international is spelled with a lowercase l and I.
Okay, yeah. I think like basically like it's kind of like basically like a crucifix hold, right? Normally these are done like on the mat, but you're doing a standing one because it looks cool, which actually means that in order to actually do it, it requires Calbrax to like help you because otherwise this would be completely impossible. But he's like he leans forward and kind of like makes it look good. Yeah.
He like
okay,
catches,
I got you.
He sort of catches me in a way.
All right, so this is gonna be definitely a wrestling move, but it's gonna be plus I think plus what's the one? Come on, hey, in-ring moves. Come on, I need you to work with me here, not against me.
Serve me.
There we go. Plus heat, yeah. So roll plus heat
right.
with Tyler. That's the word. So +3, yeah.
Ooh, plus heat. Okay. Ooh.
12. Crowd pops. You nailed it. Retain control. Gain
Okay.
+1 momentum.
I'm just gonna do the comeback also, and then I'm gonna go get my dog. She's not coming inside.
Okay.
Okay. Wait. What was he doing again?
He was doing basically like a crucifix choke, I guess, for lack of a better word. But he's instead of it being a choke, it's just an arm bar. So he's basically like he's like wrapped his legs around one arm and he's wrapped his arms around Cal's other arm while Cal is standing. He's wrenching back on both of them.
Yeah.
Pulling back on the shoulder. Yeah.
Because I was looking into Mythic Moments because I was just curious for we were playing, and I know you said it was a natural 12, but actually,
I'm back.
Technically, I mean I don't know how you want to run it, Chris, but Sean, technically, if you ever get 12 or higher as a result, you can turn that into a Mythic Moment.
That's true, actually.
So if you wanted to, you could make this into a Mythic Moment.
Oh, okay.
Mythical morning.
Yes.
So yeah, maybe I will. Well, I'll tell you what it is, and you can decide.
It sounds cool.
This move, yeah. So if you choose a Mythic Moment, this move will go into your highlight reel. You keep control of the match and pick one. You impress everyone and are now booked to win. You steal the show, gain +1 audience. You do the job, your opponent gains +1 audience. You upstage someone. Say who comes out to help your opponent. You gain +1 heat with each other, and you're booked to lose the match.
Oh, obviously I steal the show. I'm gonna overshadow the main event, baby.
That is literally. I was gonna say yes. You steal the show, gain +1 audience, and what's more, yeah, this is big time. Like this is. I'm not saying like. I mean, I don't want to be too glib about this, but like this is the kind of thing where you roll the 12 in a key moment. I'll say you overshadow the main event, and what's more than that, like, go ahead and roll your finisher because, yeah, like this is like I'm gonna go ahead and like say like Cowell's like injury, like is hurting him too much, and while he's in the hold, he tells you, he's like, we got to finish this right now. We can't do the planned finish.
Okay. How do I finish? Is this on my character sheet?
I should be on your character sheet. Yeah.
I should point out though, if you do the Mythic Moment, it takes all of your momentum.
That's true.
I had 3 momentum.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's fine. Let's do that, and then I'm going to do the finishing move. Hopefully it's fine. Let's go.
It is fine. It's fine.
It's medium.
You can gain +1 heat, or you can both gain +1 momentum.
So okay, they stall for you.
Yeah. So.
So they is it Tyler choosing then, or
No.
Choose.
You choose, but this is describing like when you hit a move, when you hit a finisher, right? It needs to look tight, right?
Yeah.
But in this case, it's not quite as smooth as it could have been. Like, it's still fine.
Although, just from a mechanical standpoint, gaining +1 heat in this situation is equivalent to gaining +1 audience, because you will gain +1 heat, you go to 4,
Yes.
the episode will end, and you will gain an audience for wrestling someone at +4 heat.
Yes, and you will end up in the top spot. Exactly.
Yep.
I do want that to happen.
Yeah, and it also just makes sense. Momentum at the end of an episode, like there's nothing else. I don't have anything else scheduled for you guys, unless there's something you want to do before we go off air. So, yeah, all right. So we'll go with that. So you spring. Go ahead and describe your finisher. Yeah,
so
exactly.
My finisher is the legal eagle. So after putting him in like this arm thing, he like spins around and we probably like crash on the ground or whatever, and that's when he tells you like you have to do your finisher soon. And so I'm like, okay. And so I get up on my feet. He's like on the ground holding his arm or whatever, what have you. And I get up and he starts getting up, and then I do my legal eagle, and everyone's like, oh my god, he's doing this finisher. And then how does it look bad? So my thing is like I jump at you while you're facing me, and then I kind of like fall back, like because like basically I'm in a reverse. I can't remember what the name of it is. Like, Chris always tells me what the name of it is, but it's like it's like I jump at you, and it's like a reverse piggyback, and then I fall backward, and you do like a flip.
Hurricane Rana.
Yeah. So it's like that, but I caw it like an eagle as I do it. And this time also is when I also tear away my suit, and I'm in my classic Chip and Dale cufflinks and tie.
Okay, you have to kya. You can't just say you kya'd.
Kya! As I rip off my suit, because it was always meant to rip off.
For legal reasons, you have to kya. Otherwise, you're not legally from another wrestling player.
This is a distinct move. OC is good.
Basically, yeah. I mean, like any kind of Rana is basically when you do that, when you get your legs around someone's head and then do something. A Hurricane Rana is like generally like you do like a pretty much straight up, like you just go straight over, which is actually harder because normal like a normal Rana, like you'll kind of go like sideways into a corkscrew so that you guys don't have to be as tight. You guys both kind of go flying in different directions, and it still looks pretty good, but it doesn't require as much technical skill. So normal Ranas you'll see like that, but a Hurricane Rana, like it's tough. But the main reason you'll want to do it is because it ends in a pin, unlike a normal Rana which doesn't. So anyway, you get the 1, 2, 3, and what's more, you gain the respect of Giacomo the Grim.
I didn't need his help. I just needed him to take care of the skeletons.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, he's at ringside. He's like, this is not how this was supposed to go, but that's okay. You got to sell it. So yeah. So yeah, you're in the top spot, and I would say that pretty effectively that's counts as achieving your want.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, pushed out of the main event. Nice.
Like I mean, I can't think of a better way to do it. Like this is people are going to be talking about that crucifix hold for weeks. It's going to be highlight reel stuff. So yeah, people are hype.
Excellent.
So hold on a minute. Let me. Yeah. So you gain an advance.
Cool.
And you don't have to do this now, but for next episode, you will have to have a new want because you have achieved what you wanted. So keep that in mind for your next episode. And I will, or for the next episode, which will actually be the last. It's not the best time to achieve your want, but it could be worse.
That's fine.
And I will, I will erase your want so that we remember to give you a new one. But yes, you get it in advance as well. So keep that in mind. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't have a place where I was marking if you guys had banked any advances. I don't think any of you have one right now, right?
No, I think I spent mine.
Yeah, you spent yours. That's right. I didn't have a place where I could do that. But yeah, okay. Thank you, Sean. Yeah. So next time we can, or in between games, we can decide what you want to do with your advance because there's lots of things you can do. So no need to fill all that right now.
Yep, sounds good to me. I really
okay.
This was
yeah. So I with that, there is a main event, but people aren't talking about it on social media tonight. They're talking about that crazy crucifix, that crazy standing crucifix submission hold that Jimmy Weston pulled off. That's all that anyone can think about. So, with that, let me check the. Because we're doing a liver promotion, it's at the end of the episode. I need to check and see if we have reached a new threshold. So let me check that.
This episode is brought to you by Audible.
I wish. Give me money.
If you would like anybody to, read famous wrestling matches to you, Audible's your place.
Read famous wrestling matches. I wish.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, this is that's basically just there's a pro wrestling YouTube channel that's pretty famous called Botchamania. And there's he's got a recurring segment where he'll read usually the guy who makes it won't, but he'll get people to read segments of wrestlers' autobiographies, which are usually pretty funny because he'll go and find all the archival footage and paste it together with what they were saying. So it's pretty fun to see them describing their own matches and then see the actual stuff. But that's basically what that is. Promotion advances. Here it is. Here we got 3 wrestlers, and we are a tier 1 promotion currently. So let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, we rank up. We tier up. So now we are a tier 2 promotion.
Nice.
So I will go ahead and say that. Edit. Tier 2.
I just want to say that Kyle Brax is working work a stiff. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a comedian. It'd be hilarious if I punch people, but also if I break kayfabe every once in a while because I'm all about being real.
I was gonna say because keep in mind you're actually tough.
Yeah.
You're probably legit. You're tougher than almost anyone else on the roster, but you just play that you're not on TV because it's a better character.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So now we are now a tier 2 promotion. So, Sean, you are in the top spot. So, you get to pick a tier effect, and everyone resets their audience. So I'll leave you in the top spot for now, Sean, because you'll get to make the over move at the beginning of next episode, but we'll put you down to +2 as soon as that happens.
Okay.
So
what's the different things?
I will tell you. The tier effects are: you can add a new support, reflecting an advantage, a new audience. So like I said, basically the move was so exciting and cool that I drew a lot of eyeballs to the promotion. So you can add a new support, remove a current support, increase or decrease your reach, remove a struggle, or add a struggle. So that's basically in yeah, it's on page. I can't remember where the actual example ones are. They're in the book somewhere. Why can't I find them? Here they are. They're up here. That's why. Okay. Yeah. So for instance, supports like devoted. They're on page 128 of the book. If you want to read them for yourself.
Okay.
So you can add a support, remove a support that we already have, and the supports we already have are in the CWA panel. For instance, I just added that they're cheap. This episode. That's a struggle.
Sorry, what page was it?
Page 128. And you can also not just supports and struggles, but you can also change the reach. So currently we are a national promotion. So you can either focus us down and make us a regional promotion, or increase our reach and make us an international promotion.
I feel like being national is fine. Do we have any supports great now or no?
Yes, our current we have two supports. We have a cable TV deal and a diverse roster. Like I said, they don't have to be the ones that are these examples. Like cheap isn't one of the struggles, but I added it because it makes sense.
I think we're going to. What is theatrical presentation? So we get
Theatrical pretensions basically means that, like, imagine if a lot of the roster were like Cowell Brax.
No. Theatrical presentation is a support, not a struggle.
Oh, okay. Then that means it means the same thing, but in a good way.
Okay.
No offense, Tyler.
Yeah.
Theatrical presentation basically means like the artistry like I said, like the presentation is what's important. Like they really put a lot of effort into, the characters. And like that's fine, like, but like it's less about like the actual wrestling, and it's more about like the characters and the storylines and all that stuff. Like that's something that the promotion really cares about and emphasizes.
We're going to do high concept storylines. I think that's great.
All right.
High
Concept storylines.
We already kind of have that, but I kind of want to like have that throughout.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'll keep that in mind, and
that seems fine.
I will add that to the strengths. So.
Sorry, what's getting added to strengths?
I also think that's kind of funny. High concept storylines. I kind of think it's kind of funny that we have like high concept storylines, but it's also we're cheap.
Yeah, unwilling.
Instead of like toning it down and like having like one good one every once in a while, it's like, no, let's have like a bunch of people doing this.
Yeah.
We need a storyline where we just kill God. Can't we do SMT wrestling?
Like a high concept is like for instance, people have, like Tyler mentioned this before, but like something like what was the show that you mentioned?
Oh, was it Lucha Underground?
Lucha Underground. Yeah, that's a good example of like a high concept storyline, right? Where like everything is kind of tied into an overarching narrative, even though it's just professional wrestling,
Yeah. I love Lucha Underground.
I wonder if like I should watch that. I've heard a lot of good things about it, but I don't know how I would even watch it.
There's a whole storyline where like somebody brought a gun to the match and they killed somebody allegedly, and that guy just didn't show up for weeks, and people were like, did he actually kill him? Oh my god! I was gonna do that. I was gonna bring a gun to the next match.
Yeah. Okay. High concept storylines. Excellent. And what else do we have to do? There was another thing we have to do when we tier up. We reset, and I pick a promotion advance. So I've already unlocked Mythic Moments. Obviously. Specialist moves. That seems. Debut new main event. Right. I am going to, for fun, because I think this will be fun for me, I am going to unlock an audience move. I'm going to unlock 2 audience moves. So on page 136, I'm going to unlock the Yeah, I'm gonna go with the hostile crowd and the starstruck crowd.
Okay.
So basically, what this means: a hostile crowd is unhappy with what's been going on at your company. They want to boo, and they don't have a lot of goodwill. So, for instance, if we were an American promotion, if we were to ever go to Philadelphia for some reason, yeah. So I will.
Is this Philadelphia hate wrestling or something? What?
No, they're just angry people there.
Yeah, are we gonna fight Gritty? I don't know.
They famously threw batteries at Santa Claus. Like they hate everyone. They just and then Starstruck crowd I will also unlock. So,
We unlocked a new achievement. We can never go to Philadelphia.
So I will sprinkle these crowds in when I think that it's necessary or would make for good stories. So I will add that as well, so that I remember. And I won't. I mean, I might just bring it up when they become relevant. Like in the middle of an episode, if I'm like, oh, this would make sense if the crowd were hostile, I could have a thing happen. Then from that, I'll just make it happen.
Okay.
Mythic moments, hostile crowd, starstruck crowd. All right. So that's it. We've tiered up. Sean will get to make the over move at the beginning of next episode. But that's it.
Cool. That was very fun.
Yeah.
You
I mean, hey, you know what? You rolled boxcars, so something fun should happen, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Sean,
Well,
Sean, you've ascended. You're floating above the ring now.
yeah. Cool. I'm gonna end the stream. Thanks for if anyone's watching.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Like and subscribe, otherwise I will hate you.
Cool.
Oh.
No, he won't.
Yeah, I was gonna
No,
say
no.
that won't happen.
I don't know.
I don't hate anybody. I just
I think that anyone's watching episodes 6 on a long running wrestling RPG should have already subscribed. Come on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, come on. What's going on here?
First time viewers, if this makes no sense, I don't care. Watch the other episodes.
Watch the other episodes. If you go back and rewatch them, it's always better on the second watch, I swear.
More wrestling is better than less wrestling. Don't start here.
All right.